Enough with the bootstraps garbage. Can we just dare not to be fine? Because real talk, none of us are fine. Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Wackett. Thanks for joining me for another video as we work to empower and equip you with the confidence and skills to write your own story so that you can live your life on purpose. Today we're talking about why we don't need to get over it. That's never worked or been helpful. Instead, we need to feel, heal, and move through it so we can live beyond it. We are constantly forcing ourselves to get over it. We fear conflict and challenging conversations to the point that we bury our feelings inside until we either explode or become so detached and resentful we no longer engage meaningfully in our relationships. So why do we do it? Well, the short answer, it's easier. In the moment, anyways. Why would you talk to your partner about how dismissed and hurt that you feel when you can just pretend it's fine and get over it? Why would you tell your friend that they hurt your feelings the last time you were together and it's still sitting with you? Gosh, it's so much better to exert the endless energy to shove it deep down below, right? Why would you tell your boss that you're feeling underappreciated, unseen, and underpaid when you can just keep making crap money doing 10 times your job description? I mean, at least you have a job. We constantly sacrifice our wants and needs to ease tension for everyone else. We equate conflict with unhealthy relationships or with being dramatic or selfish. We've developed a deeply entrenched system of beliefs that tells us our job is to cause as few waves as possible and to just keep taking it and holding a smile on our faces. I mean, you don't want to be dramatic, right? Wouldn't you rather have crappy relationships than none at all? You should be grateful for what you have. This list of ridiculous beliefs is endless and unfortunately traps many of us in a lifetime of repression and stagnancy. Now, the trick is to not beat yourself up for doing what's been ingrained and feels natural or better for you, especially in a culture that touts the pull yourself up by the bootstraps mentality. Instead, let's take the opportunity to start doing something more meaningful and sustainable for ourselves about it. Resolution, honesty, and forgiveness are the three antidotes and are some of the more complex concepts in the human experience. Mainly because of the resistance I mentioned before, but also because some truly incorrect and unhelpful definitions about these concepts have been put out in the world. So let's start first by defining these concepts as I've come to understand and integrate them into my life and work. Resolution is the experience in which all parties feel they've been heard. They may not have gotten everything that they want. Disappointment might be and usually is present, but everything is on the table, and the outcome has factored all of this in. Honesty is sharing your whole truth as and when necessary, naming your feelings and making your needs known. It requires the co-creation of a shared space of vulnerability and involves being honest with what you can and can't take on or handle in a given situation or moment. And forgiveness is about untethering yourself from the pain of your past, taking what you need and leaving the rest. It's about grieving what's been done to or by you, acknowledging your feelings, and seeing that your story is about more than this experience, relationship, or incident. Okay, so now that we have a shared understanding of these terms, what can we do? I want you to think about some of these questions. What thoughts and feelings do you feel less comfortable sharing, and why? Where did that fear or discomfort come from? What's happened when you shared these or let yourself experience these in the past? What stops you now? What lingering resentments are you holding on to? Dig deep and scan everywhere. Remember, we've done a really good job of hiding them because we didn't want anyone to see, so they might be hard to find. What's held you up in letting these go? What have you told yourself that you needed to be able to do that? Meaning, what do you feel like you needed to let them go? And what would it look like if you didn't get it? Does it serve you to keep holding on to things if you're waiting for an apology or a change that might never take place? How have you personally thought about forgiveness? Is it a concept that you need to explore more? And as you look at your resentments again, remind yourself it's not the same as justice. But where the problem lies here is that repression and resentment, or with ourselves inevitably, shame, leaves us feeling like justice can never be served. Let that go. It's never going to feel like enough. You've been holding on to any resentment or pain for too long. There is no such thing as a full resolution in the body. Now ask yourself, with whom can I work on being more honest? What would that look like? What holds me back? And in terms of finding resolution and how it might relate to forgiveness, can you identify one area, event, or person that you were holding on to these feelings? Again, it might even be for yourself. Reflect on the situation and ask yourself, what can I do about it? Has justice been served? Is justice something that is reasonable to be served? And again, how do I separate that from forgiveness? Where does compassion come into play? And where do I need to practice radical acceptance? So as we wrap for today, let us know in the comments what's sitting with you. What reactions are you having? What are you going to take away from this video? What invitations exist here for you to do some deeper work and reflection? Be sure to check out the show notes for links to some resources that'll help take you deeper on topics such as forgiveness, radical acceptance, and really recognizing what it looks like to both feel seen and heard in a conversation while making space for others as well. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to give me that thumbs up and share this video with someone else you think could benefit from hearing it. And of course, you can always hit that subscribe button and you will get an alert every time new content is released. If you haven't gotten yourself on my AR Insider yet, click the link in the show notes and be sure to get your name on that list so you can get exclusive content delivered into your inbox every other week that has tons of great information to keep you motivated, supported, empowered, as well as discounts that I don't share anywhere else and links to any new content, events, or ideas that I've got stewing or that I'm working on my end. Remember that you are the author of your own story. So let's go get that pen back. I'll see you next time.